Do you find Samay Raina funny?
The thing is, I don't understand Hindi, and I've never really watched his stand-up show, so I can't tell.
He's sort of telling the truth, but he's also answering like that just to avoid
Answering
it properly. So it would be a lie.
Welcome back, everyone. We are going to be taking a look at a really exciting video that was just released this morning by chess.com. It's about Anish Giri and Vidit Santosh Gujarati and the lie detector. We watched part one with Vidit answering the questions, but now we're back with part two. Let's see what Anish is going to say. Now, full disclosure, you guys, before we get deep in the weeds, I did see a clip on Twitter about one of the questions, so not everything is going to be completely fresh, but I'm really looking forward to it. So let's get right into the action.
Think you will ever become world champion?
It's an easy question to answer because you're not under a lie detector.
Was your Twitter actually hacked?
The question is so bad on so many levels.
Do you think your Chessable courses are worth buying? It's a lie for sure.
I was curious if you would spot it.
Okay, this looks good. This looks good.
Okay, there you go. They don't even need me anymore. Here
Let's
we
go. Thank you, Danny.
So Anish, you have this image of being a drawing player. Do you think it's justified?
No, I don't think.
You know what I'll do, you guys? I'm going to try to give you my thought before he answers the question, because that way, at least, that way you get like the honest take, and I can't change anything. So here's my take. Anish gets the reputation. It's unjustified objectively if you look at the games that he plays. So he plays very exciting chess. But the problem is people look at the results at the end of the day. So like it's justified from the standpoint that he does draw too many games, but it's not like he actually tries to make draws every game. That's the problem. I mean, the reason he makes so many draws, and he might even get into this, is that he sees the boogeyman. Anish is afraid of the boogeyman. He sees the boogeyman hiding in certain spots on the board, and he sees danger. He sees it's like there's this big flashing danger sign where something is not completely under his control. He tries to calm the game down. He wants to control the game completely. And when you try to control the game completely, there are a lot of times where you have to let it spin a little bit out of control. And if you don't let it spin out of control, you can't win. So that's my takeaway. I mean, of course I saw he says no, but he's right. I think it's unfair. But everybody looks at the results, and that's just the modern world we live in.
Should have been singled out.
So it's true, but it causes a lot of reactions in him.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course, it upsets him because he doesn't play to draw, and so he's like, it's like WTF. Why does anytime everyone else like draw Giri, Anish always drawing like more, and no one else gets this rap whatsoever. That's why he has the emotions, 100%.
No, like I wonder sometimes if it was coordinated, like campaign type thing, or if it happened by accident. But I did get singled out, and
There's a lot of conspiracy theories out there.
But I remember at some point there were tournaments like, you don't know, okay?
So
What is that?
Bother you?
I'm going to tell you guys, this is something I've never heard before, by the way. So this is actually shocking to me. This is actually shocking to me. Yeah, it's like a conspiracy theory. It's coordinated. Wow. I mean, I've never heard this. It's news to me. I've literally never heard this. Shocking. But all right, let's keep going.
That when people make these drawish jokes or Anish Giri is boring player.
Of course it bothers
Yeah, I think
him.
it's very bad for my image. That's why it doesn't hurt me inside, but I think it's bad for my image, my professional career.
It also hurts him inside.
He makes this up, but it's funny. He's making it up, but it's funny.
It's true. You're literally being tested.
I'm not making it up. It shows on the screen.
Okay, fine, whatever.
He knows it as well.
He's pissed off talking.
So, do you ever read? Wait, you played 2 moves in a row. You lied over the board. It's supposed to be my move.
Oh my gosh.
I was so nervous about the question that I just made 2 moves in a row. Crazy.
So, do you get upset or disappointed when your tweets or Instagram posts don't get enough likes?
Absolutely. 100% yes. 100% yes.
I mean, barely. Like, of course, really doesn't, especially these days, really not a big deal. Really not.
Please tell it's a lie.
Lie.
I knew it.
So obvious.
And now I
It's so obviously a lie. I mean, it's so obviously a lie. There's no way that that's not a lie.
You take it seriously.
Now I know that the test doesn't work. Okay. The test doesn't work. Okay, that's good to know.
Did it bother you that I crossed you on Instagram with more followers?
Fun fact, true story. I found out about it a couple days ago. I was surprised. You overtook me by such a margin, it no longer bothers me. But I was really surprised, yeah.
Can you ask that as a yes or no question?
Does it bother you that I have more followers on Instagram than you?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yes, it does.
It's so good, this show. This show is so good.
Have you ever been jealous of me?
Probably not jealous.
I think when you qualify to the candidates, probably.
Okay.
Yes, it does.
That's probably one. Yes, it's probably one.
Fair.
You're close, so
Yes, for
I can
sure,
understand.
For sure.
Do you think you would be a better influencer than a chess player?
No.
Honestly, like it's so, for me, like being an influencer is so much less rewarding than being a chess player. I
Wow.
see it just as like a byproduct that might slightly help me in my chess, and that's why that's why it's a thing.
Probably true, but there are some other thoughts. He has some other thoughts around that, so maybe he have been thinking about it or something like that. There's more to it.
Yeah, I mean, I think like basically what I would say, like if I am to analyze what's being said here, is that there are a couple things that are interesting. For the first thing that's very interesting to me to note is that like his perspective is very different. Like when he says it's less rewarding, like that's very interesting because to me, I find it much more rewarding. And the reason I say it is like people can say, well, it's easy to say that now. Obviously, you're right. Like I've had a lot of success. Like I mean, I do better from content creation than I did as a player, which is completely accurate. But like in 2019 and 2020 when I was doing it, or even late 2018 when I started, like I did it because I loved it. It had nothing to do with anything financial. It's because I really enjoyed sharing chess with an audience, with people who are out there on the internet. So like for me, I would argue it's much more rewarding because for me, the biggest problem with chess is that you're always on your own. It's always an individual game, an individual sport, whatever you want to call it, where when you win games, you play this great game. Unless it's in a team competition like the Olympiad, you get to celebrate yourself, maybe with a trainer, maybe with a significant other, but that's the extent of it. There's nothing more to it than that. I think for myself, and this also comes back to my general overarching view of chess, is that I really wish in chess there were more fans, there was more support, because it's very lonely. Like you can play a great game, like you can play like a 6-hour game, sack a rook in an end game, like win with a couple of pawns, going down the board, whatever it might be, and it's like one of the greatest feelings in the world. But then once you do that, it's like, okay, great, let me celebrate with one or two other people, let's go eat dinner and let's play the next game. And for me, that's always been one of the biggest things that I hate about chess, is that it's so individualistic, and it's like there's none of that team spirit. It doesn't have any of those vibes. So it's interesting to hear Anish say the opposite, actually. Oh right, and you got a handshake. Yeah, you get that too. But anyway, let's keep going.
His answer, then he just replied.
Do you like look?
Okay, you know what's going to be said here when they say there's more to it, is that this is specifically saying that Anish probably is thinking about making more content. And I actually would say that Anish should try to make more content because at the end of the day, for Anish, he's in an unfortunate situation right now where he doesn't get the invites that he was getting before. He's not in the top 10 at the moment. And so trying to lean more into content creation as a way to perhaps enhance his chess and his profile is something that I think he should do, actually. So that's probably what the uncertainty is around, I'm betting.
Down upon influencers?
A little bit, yeah.
More than a little bit.
Uh-oh, shots fired. Shots fired towards someone not named me. Let's leave it at that. Shots fired.
It's a logical consequence of my previous answer.
He's not thinking about me. He's not thinking about me.
Yeah, you fully trust me. Yeah, influencers hate me now. Please keep retweeting, guys. I love you. Hashtag love you all.
Do you think you will ever become world champion?
No. No. Be honest. Be honest, Anish. No. Be honest.
I think actually I might.
Yes.
What? Wait, what? Wow, I'm actually surprised to hear that. I'm really surprised to hear that he thinks he could become world champion. Now, the funny thing is, if Magnus were still world champion, I bet the answer would be no. That's actually the funny part about this. I bet if Magnus were world champion, the answer would be no. But because it's not Magnus, it's probably why there's a slight little belief. So, maybe.
Ambitious. Where do you get your optimism from?
I'm so happy. No, I'm so happy. See, like the work I'm doing on myself is working. No, but I think like I'm a good player, honestly. I think
of course he's a good player.
I'm not too impressed with the people at the top right now. Yeah, Gukesh will likely become world champion. I don't see him as someone much better than me, so I'm okay.
So do you think Gukesh is not stronger than you?
Not really, no.
True.
Wow. Wow. Okay. I mean, basically, like, here's the problem with here's the problem, because I'll give you guys, like, this is the problem with every debate or question that people have. Like, the problem at the end of the day is, what do you base it off of? And at the end of the day, the only thing that matters are the results. Like, that's all that matters. Like, I could give you an example. Like, yes, Anish, do I think that he can play with the best players in the world? Absolutely, 100%. Does he have the same consistency, or does he win as many games when he gets good positions? No. So it all ends up being based around results. It's like Fabiano is like, oh, he's not that talented, whatever else, but his results, the results are what count at the end of the day, whether it's talent, whether it's calculation, whatever it is. And so ultimately there's like, it's so, if you're being objective about it, not subjective, it comes down to just the results. And are the results good, or are they not good? And at the end of the day, the results are not as good. Even if he can play at that level, they're not as good over the long run. So that's why, like, I hate these, like, it's like so subjective when you say this, because it's true. Yes, Anish could play a match against Gukesh. He might even be able to win a match against Gukesh. But but overall, over the long run, is he as good? No, he's not. So that's why it's all these conversations around like who's better, you're not as, you're as good as they are. It's all so random, and the only way to actually really look at it objectively is just look at the results, plain and simple.
Yeah.
Are you impressed by Magnus and Hikaru and other top players, or you think you're stronger than them?
I think like these
More
are
specific.
two entirely different questions.
More
about
specific.
Magnus and Hikaru. Magnus is at a point in his career when he's not a big threat to my world championship ambitions.
When people give long answers, usually they lie.
I can't see if he's lying or telling the truth now, but I'm seeing he's so nervous when he's answering these questions. His legs are going like vibrating under the table. So if he can sit still, and then you ask the question again.
Do you think you're stronger than Magnus?
No.
True.
Yeah.
Do you think you're stronger than Hikaru?
I think I can reach a level in classical chess in which I will have a higher peak than Hikaru.
So, okay, is this true?
True.
Yeah, so this is the one little clip that I did see on Twitter, just a full disclosure. This, I think, is that also, here's what I would say about Anish. I think that in the old days, if we go back in time, I would agree with what he said. If you go back and you look at Anish when he was near his peak, I would agree with what he says here. I think that in the past, there was a point that he could have been clearly better than me in classical chess. The problem is, again, you get back to results and subjective versus objective. And at the end of the day, I've said this even before I was streaming that much, I think, that there was a time when Anish's openings were simply the best in the game. I would say Anish's opening preparation was better than Fabiano's at some point, but even then, he was not able to convert the good positions he got in games. So I would say that in the old days, there was a time when I would agree with Anish. In the old days, there was a time when he could have been better than me. But if I look at now, if we talk in the present, there's no chance in my opinion. I don't say that just like out of like sheer ego, but I don't think Anish is ever going to get back to 2775 or higher. I think he'll be lucky to get much higher than 2750 at this point in time. Now maybe he'll take that as like encouragement and he'll be able to do that. But I think now it's like it's too late. And I know people talk about 30 or 5 years or so. People don't, I think, fundamentally understand how much of a unicorn I truly am. Like the way that I went from being 2740 back to 2800 is, I think, I don't want to sound really egotistical, but I think I'm going to be one of a kind. I don't think you're going to see anyone else have that same kind of late career resurgence the way that I've had. And I think it's because for me, it's like it's effectively like my brain completely changed in a way that I think is just not going to happen. I don't see someone going and like playing chess, having a big dip, and then suddenly finding something that really just relieves all the stress, all the pressure, and they can turn around. MVL could I believe? I don't see MVL doing it either. I don't think so. So that's what I would say about it. Like, I'm not trying to be egotistical, but I think when people look at it, they're like, oh, well, Hikaru did it. I think that when we look back in 10, 15 years in time, no one else is going to have turned it around the way that I did. I mean, I literally went from number 20 in the world at 32 years old. I mean, I literally, like, I think I've said this before. You know, I was on the brink of basically retiring from chess. I was on the brink of retiring from chess at that point in time. And, you know, I really think that if not for streaming, there's a very good chance, like, if not for the pandemic and streaming, I think there's a very good chance that I would have been effectively retired from chess by the end of 2020. I do believe that. In my heart of hearts, I believe that if not, didn't Vishy do it? Vishy's different for many reasons. Vishy also never was outside the top 10. Wasn't Vishy always consistently in the top 10? Vishy's like insane. He never had a collapse the way that I did. He never went down to number 20. He was always in the top 10 the whole way through. So what I would say when people try to make comparisons is that I really do believe I'm going to be one of a kind. I don't think you're going to see people having like a late career resurgence like that past the age of 30 where they go from like number 20 all the way up to number 2 in the world. I don't think that's going to happen. So it's a nice thought, and maybe someone will prove me wrong, but that's my personal view of it, is that I don't think it's going to happen. And I think also it's a good point, since we're doing this video. I mean, it's a very good point to point out that, you know, once again, you know, when I look at it, when I look back on things like that is very, very critical. Like, I really do believe that I would have been retired from chess by the end of 2020. Maybe retired too strong. Maybe I would have played Rapid and Blitz, but I would no longer have been relevant as far as classical chess if not for the whole pandemic, the whole boom, and how everything completely changed. So, you know, I think for that, I will reiterate once again, you know, thank you to all the fans out there, because really without you guys, I don't think I'd be where I am today. So I will say that. Anyway, let's keep going with the video, so I try not to get too emotional.
You do have confidence.
Yeah, of course. I've been in this business for years.
So have you ever cried after a chess game?
Of course,
yeah,
everyone
sure.
has. Everyone has.
True.
Yeah, it's not like I lost. No, it's more like I actually last time I remember I really cried. It was at a tournament, and the fact that it was a tense tournament and I played many games, it contributed to that. But I didn't cry actually about the. I just got very emotional over something I would normally not cry about, I think. But I just kind of.
Do you think Magnus is the greatest chess player of all time?
Yes.
It's for sure between him and Kasparov, I think. I honestly.
No. You guys, you're asking me a question. Have I cried? Yeah, of course I have. Everyone has.
Studied that. No, but I haven't studied that question honestly, and I think that probably by the end of his career he might be. But I really haven't studied. I think you have to study Kasparov and Carlsen in detail, the length of the reign and all this number of tournaments. I think it's like there is a mathematical answer to this, but I haven't studied it.
Mathematical answer, interesting.
I don't know if he even cares.
I actually don't care.
He literally doesn't care.
No, it's not a relevant question for me.
When people say that they literally don't care about something, do you think they mean it?
When people say it, maybe. When Hikaru says it, no.
So I fooled Anish. Now this is actually very important. You know, and this ties into something else that I've said on my stream quite a few times about this, by the way, which is like one thing that's very hard to think about is that like everyone has their own perspective on things. So when you have your own perspective on something and you know it to be the truth, it's very easy to forget that people from the outside who are not in your situation, they don't necessarily think about things the same way you do. And this actually really, I think in like a nutshell, signifies kind of the whole sort of I don't want to say issue, but like kind of the real sort of cognitive dissonance between like everybody on the internet and between what I say. And what I mean by that very specifically is that it's very clear Anish, he's effectively saying that like, I think I'm a pro chess player and I'm very competitive. I want to be world champion. And I have the same mindset I had before the whole pandemic. That's effectively what he's saying here. And he is just wrong, actually. Now, basically what has happened in terms of why I say it like literally 20 times a stream is because it's become the most common meme that's associated with me. So I mean, yes, there's certain times when I say I don't care that obviously it's not necessarily going to be true, but for the most part it is true. So that that is the main thing that I would say about it, is that it's very easy like from your own mindset to look at it one way and then assume everyone sees it the same way. And like that's what I've realized over time is that like I can say it 1,000 times until I can scream 1,000 times until I'm blue in the face that like I'm a content creator first. But the thing is, all these people in chess, because everyone has their own mindset, because in chess everybody generally thinks about things the same way, nobody actually believes it when I say it. So then they think, well, when you say you don't care, well, you're obviously making it up and it's just for clicks. You say you still care. I mean, yeah, I mean, I think that's the thing. Like it's just it's one of those things where at the end of the day, yeah, it's, I mean, it's a classic meme, of course, but on most things it's not a big deal. I mean, probably like when I'm in the heat of the moment playing the candidates and I play a game and the game ends, yeah, I mean, of course I care then, obviously. But yeah, like the thing is, like, people, I think that in the chess world everyone gets stuck in this mindset. They get hard set in this mindset of like chess players have things way. The only thing that matters is being world champion candidates, all this stuff, like it's the only thing that matters. But at the same time, they have no perspective of the other side, because at the end of the day, they've never been a content creator. They don't have a massive following, and they aren't more financially successful with something other than chess. So they also can't really understand what I'm saying either. And that's, I mean, a very important point. Let's keep going.
True.
Do I care? Do I care about people? That people care that you don't care? No, but it causes what does annoy me. Like, truth be told, what annoys me is that what annoys me is exactly what happens here, actually, which is that like when I say it, people just think I'm making it up for clicks. They think that it's like you think you're a pro chess player, you still want to play chess. Like I've stated a million times already. Like I fully intend to retire from classical chess after the next candidate cycle, or maybe after 2 more candidate cycles at most. But until that actually happens, everyone's not going to really believe it. Until that happens, they're not going to believe it. So it's going to be really funny. Like I don't know if I've said this on stream, but it's going to be really funny in like 2 or 3 years when like I walk away from a lot of this stuff, and then people are going to have this like unfortunate realization that everything I said was true. That's what's going to be really funny when I look when I look back on things in like 2 to 3 years, when I walk away from playing chess competitively, because a lot of people, they all think, well, you know, you can't live without chess, you need all the attention, blah blah blah, this, that, or the other thing. But when I actually do, then they're going to realize that actually, no, I was telling the truth the whole way through. At any rate, let's keep going. No, I mean, you guys are saying we hope that you don't walk away. No, I will actually. I mean, I've said it before. I would say it again. I mean, the fact of the matter is I will. That's not in doubt. I definitely will try to qualify this time. I'll play probably the Grand Swiss in the World Cup, but yes, as far as beyond that, I mean, I'm just going to be honest. I think that, you know, I've been able to maintain my results. Obviously, a lot has changed in the way that you study chess with things like Chessable, but trying to compete with the kids, I mean, it's only going to become harder and harder, and the kids are only going to be getting better and better. Like even Prague, who I mean has struggled recently, I think the sky is the limit even for him. So it's only going to get harder and harder. The kids are all hungrier and hungrier. They're really like motivated. So it's only going to get harder. And like the fact of the matter is, I think I've been able to do everything kind of and keep it together, but I do feel like it gets harder and harder with every passing month, and frankly every passing year. So it's not something that I see myself, I mean, it's not going to happen. Like when I say it, like it's 2 more cycles potentially, and that's it. It's funny because actually years ago I said that I don't want to play chess past 40, and you know, in the end of the day, it's going to end up being true. It's going to end up being true, basically. Now, it doesn't mean I won't play Rapid or Blitz or Fischer Random or other stuff, but as far as classical chess goes, like that, you know, that's the reality. Let's keep going. Oh, here we go. Do you watch Hikaru?
Very, very rarely.
Lie.
True.
You know, you know what he should have. You know what the question should have been? The question should have been, did he watch a stream a lot in 2020? Because I think that in 2020, when the pandemic was happening and everyone was locked at home, I think that if you were to ask the majority of top players, like if you were asked the top 20 players in the world, I bet more than 50% watch my stream, let's just say 30 minutes a day on average, for a period from like, let's just say March to like June or July in 2020. I bet if you ask like the top 20, on average, they probably watch 30 minutes a day. That's what I would say. Now, of course, it's a little bit different. Obviously, everyone's busy again, their tournaments and other things, but I'm pretty confident that it's actually true. I'm pretty confident that in 2020, if you look at the top 20 players in the world, at least 50% of them probably watch like 30 minutes a day on average. And Wesley probably watched like hours on end. I bet Wesley, Anish, and Fabiano probably watched my stream a lot. Magnus probably was on and off, but I bet those three probably watched my stream a ton in 2020.
If I was on a trial and you knew that I'm guilty, will you try to save me or throw me under the bus?
No, I never want to save someone who's guilty.
But it's not murder, it's a small thing.
No, well, online cheating, bye-bye. Bye-bye. You're on your own, buddy.
True.
Yes.
Damn. I
No, but
cannot
for me,
count him as a witness.
No,
yeah?
no, but truth, for me, truth is above other things. Like,
You just lied 5 questions.
no, no. That was my truth, not your truth. Your truth is different.
Actually, I would try to save you, but
Yeah, no, but we have,
Now I don't know.
very different set of values, me and you. Very different set of values.
do you think I was a good second?
No.
This
No. No.
You had your ups and downs. I think it's a second.
Yes or no?
No.
Oh,
No.
gosh.
They're definite highlights.
No.
They're
No. It's a
definite
no.
highlights. Like this, the talk, you know, about
No.
Rocky, and it was good.
He didn't.
He didn't think I was a good second.
No, but they were massive highlights as well.
Guys, is there a napkin? I need to remove the knife which is stuck here, you know. It's paining a bit. Do you think you underpaid me when I was your second?
It was not me, it's Dutch Chess Federation. I was never taking care of the finances.
By the way,
this
this also, like, this speaks to another big thing. I mean, I know it's a joke and everything, but this also speaks to like how brutal chess is. Like, if you think about this, like, Anish had a sponsor in the Dutch Chess Federation that was paying for this. Like, if you don't have a sponsor, like, forget about it. I mean, it's very hard to pay this out of your own pocket. Like, I mean, I don't know what the amount is, but it's not a joke. And this is someone, like, you're looking at someone who's like top 10 of the world or around there. Probably was top 10 at the time too. So it shows just how difficult chess is from a financial perspective.
I do think that probably Dutch Chess Federation underpaid.
But do you think I was underpaid?
He didn't think he underpaid.
No, you guys, for anyone who's asking, like, no, I've paid my trainers. I mean, I paid people who've worked with me over the years. Sometimes I've had sponsors, like I had some sponsors who've helped me out specifically for the candidates. But in general, it's usually like it's out of your own pocket. Like in some places, the federations pay. In the US, I mean, the US Chess Federation does not support its players. Let's put it that way. I would actually be even more blunt and say basically without Rex Sinkfield and what's happening in St. Louis, there would be no support of the top chess players in the US. I'll just be blunt and say it. So yeah, it's not a good situation. Not a good situation.
Oh my gosh, this is good stuff.
Wait, oh my gosh, this video is 27 minutes. Whoa, should I put it on speed or on 1.5 or I guess let's just keep going. Whatever.
That I missed out on.
My mods can edit it or whatever they want to do.
I was helping
into
you
2 videos or something.
No.
I had this invitation and then.
Oh, it didn't bother me the slightest bit. You didn't get the invitation because like it was connected in some way.
It
Yeah.
was some relation, but I don't remember the exact.
I was
detail.
never placed under like, shall I invite it or?
Yeah, not like that, but.
No. I forgot about it actually. Okay, it was for you more impactful than for me. I didn't.
Did you feel that he was trying to like evade that answer or the question to the answer?
No, I don't think he was trying to evade it.
I think he was.
No, the thing is, I started remembering stuff when we started talking. I started remembering it, and I'm doubting now actually.
He did. Ask that question again.
Do you regret that I missed out on playing Kenzie?
No, I don't regret that.
That's a lie.
Lie.
Yeah.
So you do feel guilty?
No, I don't feel guilty about it at all.
He doesn't?
No.
Oh gosh. Do you Google yourself often?
Yes.
Or search
Maybe not
up
Google.
online?
Maybe he looks at Twitter every day, but probably not
Googling is
Google.
what I do know.
Probably doesn't
That's
search
a
himself.
weird answer. Does no one else feel like that was a weird answer?
I sometimes look up my name on like on YouTube. I do that.
On
sometimes.
Yahoo.
No.
You know,
But
by
I
the
don't
way,
do-
you guys, I'll tell you one fun fact though on this topic. Like actually last night, I don't know why, but I got possessed and I actually looked up, I Googled Hikaru Nakamura net worth to see what the internet was saying I'm worth these days. So speaking on that topic, I did actually do that last night. And I was disappointed to see that I'm still only worth like 50 million. It was very disappointing. Anyway, let's keep going.
On Bing.
No, like I don't. Yeah, not on Google, but let's say on YouTube, I can search my name. Yeah.
It's too ambiguous of an answer.
See if you can ask the question again in a little bit different, so it is a yes or no question, and it catches everything.
Do you look up yourself online?
Yes, could say so. Yeah.
True. Yep.
Have you ever gone back and seen one of your videos or some post and just admired it and thinking how brilliant I was?
Oh. I was going to say yes until the final part. No.
That's a lie.
I kept saying no. The thing is, I now, yeah, I was curious if you would spot it, but yeah, that is true. That is a lie.
So you have looked up and
No, I
like
looked
seen
up,
what a
yeah,
beautiful
yeah. No,
game.
No. It's like analyzing your own games. You have to see like how you have.
Or even your jokes,
As in,
like your some tweets. Have you like?
Yes, he also does that.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! 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 Wow! Oy oy oy! Oy oy oy! Oy oy oy! Wow, that's bad. I'm gonna actually. I would say to you guys, I never look at comments. Basically, like if I see it, if I put a video out, I might look at comments on like the first day a little bit, but then I never look at anything after that. That is hilarious. Wow! Wow! Brutal.
Did you ever believe I was a stronger player than you?
no, never.
True.
True, and he's very confident about
Yeah.
Look at the position you have.
I don't care.
His position's terrible, by the way. Horrible
Do
position.
you always enjoy doing content on chess.com?
No.
No, not always. No.
True.
True.
Damn it.
There goes your contract.
No, but the money is needed for me to do this content. That's why the contract's there.
Okay. Do you like Danny Wrench?
Oh no.
It's a very ambiguous question. What means like? Can you be more specific?
Do you respect Danny Wrench?
That was a spike. You want me to leave the room and have you ask it again?
No. But be more specific. No. There are many things I like.
No, it's a very simple question. Do you like?
Yes,
Danny
I think if
Wrench.
it's a yes or no, it's a yes. Yeah.
You can start breathing now.
Danny, you also need to remove your knife, From the back.
I find Danny hilarious, and I think he's good content and everything. So many good things about
Amount of
Danny.
backstab.
No, but there's so many things I like about Danny. It's just that phrase it that way. Like it's too ambiguous,
Do you like me?
Yes.
True.
Yeah.
Only with Danny.
It's more complicated with Danny. It's more complicated.
Do you ever get jealous that streamers do better than top
Yes.
professionals?
Yes. 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 Come on, just say it. Yes.
I wouldn't use the word jealous, but I do think
Unhappy,
that
maybe.
it's sort of
Wrong?
that it's odd, yeah.
Is this what?
Yeah.
What did he say? He said it's. Wait. He says what?
Sort of that it's odd, yeah.
It's. Oh, it's odd. He said odd. I couldn't hear that clearly. He said it's out there. Yeah, I mean actually like when he says that, I mean that's probably correct. Yeah, maybe jealous is wrong, but certainly what he's saying is that it's kind of that it's weird, that it's or how it's odd. He said it's odd. How it's odd. Okay, fair enough. Yeah. Okay. That's probably true. Yeah. I mean, he can say that, but again, this comes back to the fundamental problem with chess though, which is like the problem with chess is that chess is a very boring game inherently. And in order for it to be something much bigger, it has to be entertaining. And until the chess world kind of realizes that, nothing is going to change. And I don't even know if something can change, even if we realize that. But I think that's the single biggest problem with chess, is that everybody wants to pretend that chess is great as it is, and you don't want to make sacrifices to make it more entertaining. So that's like the biggest problem with chess, is that it's like, if you're entertaining, you can do better. I mean, you can say the same thing about Legal, for example. You look at like Legal Eagle. He does better than a lot of actual lawyers do. And I mean, arguably, you could say probably his content like is laughable to like a top criminal, not criminal, but just a top attorney in general. It's probably laughable, but he's more successful. So like there are a lot of fields where it's becoming like that. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing from a societal standpoint, but yeah, I mean, that's the thing, you know. Or like you have that guy CoffeeZilla, for example, who's probably doing a lot better than a lot of like the mainstream journalists who do reporting on like crypto crimes, or like, what's that show? Is it Greed? No, American Greed, for example. Like I think about stuff like that, and it's like you see all these people who are doing so well relative to like what you see on in so many fields. And I mean, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Some would argue it's good, some would argue it's bad, but chess is in the exact same spot.
Yeah, I think he's being truthful.
Do you dislike, most in general, the top chess players?
As a rule, you could say so.
Yes.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, see, and exactly, this is the other thing that I love. Like, one of this not my, I don't really want to rant a lot, but I'm going to give a little bit of a rant right now. This is one thing also that like really annoys me to no end, is that like the amount of people who try to pretend that like all the chess players are top friends, or like somehow all the top chess are friends except like with me or something like that. Like, it really is hilarious how people like come up with this nonsense. I've seen it a lot over the years. And the fact is, if you're a top chess player, all the top chess players are good acquaintances, but none of us are friends. We are not friends, because again, when I do well, it affects someone else. When they do well and I do badly, it's a direct cause and effect, where one person is losing and another person is winning. And so like that's one of the things that annoys me the most, actually, is that you see all this nonsense about all the top players being friends, or, you know, so and so likes someone or so and so hates someone, like all this nonsense. But the fact is, the chess players, like we're all frenemies. Like, we're on good terms with acquaintances, but we are not good friends. We are not good friends.
Do you think they dislike you?
I'm afraid so, yeah.
It's interesting that he says that. I've never actually really disliked Anish. I mean, obviously now it's a completely different world, but I've never really disliked Anish, actually. I've never disliked Anish. I mean, for me, it's different though, because obviously, like you can basically ask me this question pre-pandemic or post-pandemic, and the answer is going to be very different in general. But like with Anish, I never really disliked Anish. Never really disliked him.
True.
Do you think you're the funniest chess player?
I did a lie detector on different questions.
Yes, he does.
Okay. I think you're very confident about yourself in general, is what I understand.
Not in some, it depends.
No, but you guys, I don't really want to pause a lot more, but you're asking me, you said why, someone asked a question, they said, why is there a difference between pre and post pandemic? I'm trying to see, I saw it and then I lost the comment somewhere. But no, when you're asking me like why versus pre versus post, it's very different, because in the pre-pandemic world, I'm competing against these guys. I mean, it's direct competition. In the post-pandemic world, I'm not in the same field. I'm not a pro player anymore. I make content for a living. So like when I do well or I do badly, it's not like, you know, if I do well, it affects Anish, or if I do badly, Anish is getting something. Like, it's a very different playing field. Everything's completely different. So that's why the answer would be very different. When you're all a bunch of dogs fighting for the scraps, of course everyone's going to be super serious, and like the competition and the intensity and everything is very, very high. Versus when you're not, when it's like you've escaped the dog pound. Let's keep going, or the rat race, or whatever you want to call it.
On certain things, yeah, not in everything.
If offered, would you reshoot the same cookie scene with Danny?
If offered, I would not do it again.
Wait, I've never seen this. This looks like the start of a porno. Oh my god. I've never seen that. Where was that from? Where was that from?
Would you reshoot the same cookie scene with Danny?
Oh my, was this like Cheshami's tour? This literally looks like the start of a porno. Oh my god.
If offered, I would not do it again.
True.
Are you embarrassed of?
I've
doing that video?
never seen that. I've never seen that.
Yeah, I think it was like it got out of hand as it went on.
True.
Were you happy when you found out that Magnus has walked away from World Championship?
Probably, yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But he has some more thoughts about that. So maybe you
Right.
want to ask him some follow-up.
Like, you
Did
think
it
it's
make you
bad
happy
for chess?
because you think now you have a better shot of becoming world champion?
Not only, just... Not only, no. You just... I don't know, gave me this fuzzy feeling inside.
True.
Really?
Was your Twitter actually hacked?
Yes, it definitely was.
True.
Okay, so that question also caused a huge reaction on
Yeah,
him. So
it does, but it is the truth.
maybe you want to elaborate on around that, or
Did it bother you, the entire controversy
much.
with Twitter hacking, and do you think it was a conspiracy against you?
I'm not sure about it, but it bothered me a lot for many reasons, and I'm not surprised I get a reaction, but I'm glad the test didn't show that it's a lie, because it's not a lie.
it looks like he's telling the truth?
Have you ever been nasty to your opponent? Like, you know, kind of
Yes,
like little
everyone
bit
has been.
evil.
Everyone has
Yeah, I
been.
think nasty is a better word than evil. I'll go with that.
Yeah, you touched a really a bad point there. He has some huge reaction on it, so he immediately remembered.
Some incidents came to your mind, yeah?
No, but okay, it's normal. You are like nothing out of ordinary, just a competitive game, so.
Would you give up the chance of ever becoming world champion if you would get, let's say, 10 million subscribers? I think I knew the answer.
Wrong question, though. That's the wrong question. It's the wrong question. You should have said, if you get 10 million subscribers and you make, like, I don't know, like $10 million a year, would you be happier? It shouldn't be about the number. There should be a financial tie into it.
It's not.
True.
Do you find Samay Raina funny?
The thing is, I don't understand Hindi, and I've never really watched his stand-up show, so I can't tell.
He's sort of telling the truth, but he's also answering like that just to avoid
Answering it.
answering it properly. So it would be a lie.
Okay. Do you find Danny Rench funny?
Yes, this is a good question. I do. I say I do. Yes, I think he's very funny.
Sometimes.
No, all the time, every single time. Every single time. Not a bad joke.
Oh,
there.
no.
It's all great.
Who is your top 3 favorite chess commentators?
Probably Gustafsson, Leko, and maybe like Danya, maybe? Or Savidler. Maybe Savidler, Gustafsson, and Leko.
It's an easy question to answer if you're not under a lie detector. It's much harder if you are.
I would say it's Savidler, Leko, and Gustafsson.
For sure, at some point, Gusti and Lawrence Trent were the best
Lawrence
two out
Trent,
there, I think.
wow.
Oh, I think Danny Rench is... I forgot. Danny Rench is for sure. Danny Rench is definitely the best one. I like... often I like Peter Svidler. He
Okay.
has a specific brand, of course, of commentary. So it's not for every day.
No,
but
I didn't watch
sometimes
it.
I really like it.
No, I'll tell you why.
Yeah, I mean,
you,
I think
you know why I think I can guess it correctly? I'll tell you why. Because when you're above a certain level, you're looking at it from the chess perspective, you need to have a player above 2650 in order for it to be even moderately interesting. If you're watching it for actual chess versus like for entertainment, you have to have someone above a certain level, and the only people who fall in that category are Leko, Gustafsson, David Howell, Peter Svidler, and that's basically it, I think, right? Those are the only 4 guys who are above 2650 that I can. I mean, Hammer was at one point, I guess, but I don't really consider him in the same group. Daniel's not at that level. Judith, I haven't really listened to Judith much, but I think also Judith's someone who's done more commentary in recent times. She wasn't doing commentary in like 2020, 2021, or even maybe 2022. I think she's much more recent. So that's why I'm assuming, and also not to mention, like, when I think about players and their style, like Gustafsson and Leko and Sevilla, like, those are hardcore guys, hardcore with the opening preparation, very fundamentally sound, and that's why I say those three names. That's what I would say, those three names for that exact reason.
The current commentators are kind of good, like the Hess, Naroditsky, all that.
Okay, it's a little bit difficult for me to see because it's he's moving a lot with his hand when he's doing that. So you have to do the left hand, have to keep it still, and then ask if he thinks Danny is the best commentator.
Is Danny Rench the best commentator?
Yeah, I think so.
No way.
Yes, you think so.
Wow.
What?
That's high praise.
Wait, what? No way. Did he just beat the machine? There's no way. I mean, there's no way. But maybe you guys, I realize, maybe actually not only he also realized that, like, at the end of the day, let's not forget that Danny is part of the chess mafia. Maybe he realized that he has to answer it that way, because if he doesn't, he might have an untimely demise. Because again, the mafia, like there's punishment. There's punishment if you say the wrong thing, as we know. Let's go.
See, I had so
Best
many.
commentator.
He's good at lying.
But I had so many good things lined up about Danny, and you asked me if I like him.
But best commentator
Anish
is...
has complimented my commentary privately, and DMs that were not
So he
leaked.
genuinely believes this, yes.
Yeah, I really do.
Wow. Best commentator.
Yeah, very good commentator.
What was your first impression of me when we met? Was it a good impression?
Yeah, that's that is not it.
It wasn't amazing.
You clearly don't like me is what I've understood from
No,
this
I
video.
really like you, but it's not an amazing impression.
True.
Do you ever thought I was a noob at chess?
Yeah, for sure. Definitely.
True.
Peter Heine is known to make some remarks on you on Twitter. Do you dislike it?
Yes.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely dislike Peter Heine's remarks on Twitter. For sure, yeah.
True. Isn't there any more spicy?
There's much more
questions
to
there
this,
on
yeah.
your tablet?
Not really. It's just I'm like coming.
I've got some spicy ones here.
Go for it, Danny.
You make the chess moves. Ready?
Yes.
We're teaming up. You sit right here.
Okay.
Is Daniel your favorite child?
By the way, they went out the topic where there's more questions about PHN.
Bad on so many levels, you know? I know, I love all my children equally.
I think it's a lie. It's for sure a lie.
It's true, but he changed the question, didn't he?
Yeah, you did a little bit. Okay, so I'm gonna take it as a win for Team Daniel. Do you wish you were Chess.com CEO?
No.
No.
True.
Yeah.
Did you like that people actually thought you were Chess.com CEO?
Yeah,
Yes,
for sure.
of course you
More
did.
like than not.
Oh.
True.
Do you like all the fame that you have? Or you don't care about it?
He likes it.
Do you think you were a bad teammate in our match?
Yeah, I do think so. And I'm so sorry about it.
Yes, I wanted it on record.
That's true.
Just, patching up some old,
Do you think the chess world would be better if you were world champion?
Of course.
Yeah, true.
True.
Do you regret playing your match versus Hans?
Yes.
Yeah, of course. Definitely.
Yes, true.
My work is done here.
What do you think of...
But the last question, it also raises a lot of emotions in him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think over-the-board cheating exists in top-level chess?
No.
I really don't think so, no.
Of course, there's some uncertainty here, but I'll give him a true on that.
You don't think? Wow. I thought you
Well, I
would.
mean, there is a possibility, but I don't think that's the likelier of the outcomes now.
Did you care when your rating dropped below me?
Yes. Absolutely,
bothered by it?
100%.
More by that it dropped so low than it was below you. And to be fair, even at my lowest, okay, at some point it was below you.
Yeah,
Yes,
it was.
yes. Yeah, no, but it bothered me that, of course, that it dropped so much, but no, not particularly.
Okay, so there are some things around that question that he's.
It bothers him. Basically, it bothers him. It bothers you.
I'll explain you the
It's
entire.
okay, it's okay, it's okay.
So at some point in time, it would have bothered me that I dipped below you, but now I dipped so low that the entire dip bothered me.
Basically, it
even
bothers
more.
you that it went below my rating. It's fine. It's okay.
Whatever you want, take it. Fine.
So you asked me to rate myself on a scale of 1 to 10 as a person. How would you rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10?
8.
Yeah, I think
8?
solid 6. Solid 6.
He got really scared about getting that question.
And how would you rate me?
I think like an 9.
It's a lie for sure.
No, he's truthful.
Wow.
Wow.
After the detector test, definitely. before it was like a 7, 8. Now it's just,
Interesting.
I mean, the dancing just did it for me, to be honest.
So do you dance when nobody's watching?
Almost never.
Probably true.
That's a lie.
Okay, come on, it's true.
Dancing queen!
No, but really almost never.
But you've danced
No, it's
basically.
true.
Almost never means.
What is almost never?
Yeah, very rarely.
He asked if you did it, and he's answering
Very
almost
rarely.
never.
very
So you
rarely.
did.
I wouldn't call it dancing also.
Explain this.
Yeah,
Oh, you have dancing video?
that's what I mean. Like, this is almost never.
Do you lie often?
I've lied like
No, we're still here, you
Today,
guys. We're still
my
live.
entire life dosage of lying was probably. No, I don't lie often. No, I actually never lie.
Lie.
Doesn't work. I mean, it's...
You thought you will trick it. You'll trick the.
No, but he tricked me.
Never lies a bit too much. No, it's my move.
Ah, okay, it's true. That's a problem. That's why my position was so bad.
Do you think your chessable courses are worth buying?
Definitely.
True.
Are you
Wow.
going to keep making chessable courses?
This guy's getting the cut.
It's a good promotion, Anna.
Are you keep going to make more chessable courses?
Yes,
No.
but I don't think very many more.
He's not sure.
Do you feel that there's a lack of money? You're underpaid or you don't have enough money?
No, I have enough money.
Should ask the question more.
It's never
Yeah,
enough, maybe.
I mean, they should ask the question a different way. They should ask the question a different way.
I like consciously think I have enough money, but it's for Danny, you know, for the next year contract negotiation.
I think your position is really bad.
For a
and you
long
called
time.
yourself like like a better chess
No, you
player
have
and
to
world
ask it. You have
champion.
to ask it again. Ask it again. I think I should resign at this point.
Danny has more, I think, questions.
So you said you liked me. Do you like me?
He didn't say he likes you.
No, but the thing is, like, I like you as like as a. Oh, I'm not gonna make it worse now. That's fine. Let's forget this topic.
We can cut it before you.
Yeah. It's only about to get worse.
That was good. That was a good video, actually. That was pretty good. That was pretty good.